Hi, everybody. Jennifer Schaus here, and thanks for joining us on this great Wednesday. We are covering big tech in federal government contracting. This is our complimentary webinar series. All of our webinars are complimentary and can be found on our YouTube channel, along with 700 other federal contracting webinars. If you're watching this live on YouTube, we'd love for you to leave us a comment or like the video. We'd love to hear from you. A little bit about us. We are based in downtown DC with over 20 years of experience, primarily focused on working with revenue generating government contractors that sell products, services, or software. Our main focus is helping them get onto the GSA schedule, as well as some post-award support. Separate from that, we do offer advertising services for companies that sell to federal contractors. This includes ads in our newsletter, webinars, as well as event sponsorship. If you have a question or want to sponsor one of our events or webinars, you can email us at hello@jenniferschaus.com. We do have an event coming up Monday, December 9th, so almost a month away, over at the Kennedy Center. Here's a list of our sponsors. And as far as the federal government who will be there, we've got, I believe it's 11 agencies here that you can see, including our friends over at Amtrak, but heavy on the DoD side. So if you are selling to Department of Defense, you probably want to grab a ticket. The registration link is there at the top of your screen. If you're interested in getting on any of these contract vehicles, you can send us an email to the hello@jenniferschaus.com and we can help you with those. A little bit about this series. We go sequentially through 15 Wednesdays, excluding Thanksgiving. We're covering the big tech companies and their intersection with the federal government. Everything is recorded. As I mentioned, you can get the videos on our YouTube channel. If you're looking for the PowerPoints or the presentation, you can find them on SlideShare. It's also a free site. If you log into SlideShare, it'll prompt you to use your LinkedIn credentials. It does not cost you anything, and then you'll have access to our full library of 700 plus PowerPoint presentations on government contracting. Here's where we are. Today we're covering Uber. As I mentioned, we will skip the week of November 27th, which is about 3 weeks away. That's Thanksgiving, but we'll pick up then in the first part of December with our last 3. All of the recordings are on our website. As far as the data providers, we want to thank Archiza Meehan over at Fed Consult, and then our friends over at GovSpend. They will also be at our event. GovSpend provides government procurement data and analytics to organizations buying and selling in the public sector. With transparency and accountability at the center of what we do, we strive to place data-driven insights into the hands of our federal, state, local, and education customers so that they can win more government contracts. The federal solution, the FedMine platform, harnesses data from 19 federal sources and empowers federal agencies to seamlessly explore the market, gain valuable insights through comprehensive spending, and access detailed vendor profiles in real time. So thanks to GovSpend for providing the data in this webinar series. We also want to thank our friends over at GovEvents. That's the premier platform for posting events related to government and government contracting. You can find all of our webinars and our events on govevents.com, as well as recordings from our past 700 plus webinars. We also want to thank Tom Johnson and his team at Set Aside Alert. That's the go-to publication for contracting opportunities for small, women-owned, veteran-owned, hub-zone, and 8A firms. Visit setasidealert.com for more information. Also, Fairfax County Economic Development Group is a great resource for businesses in Northern Virginia. Please visit their calendar to learn about events and trainings, including this webinar series. The Virginia Apex Accelerator is co-located at George Mason University in Fairfax, Virginia. They offer one-on-one counseling, mentoring, and training for aspiring government contractors. You can click on the link that you see on your screen to access their training calendar, or email them directly or call them at the phone number there on your screen. Again, we want to thank the Virginia Apex Accelerator for their support of this webinar series, and they'll also be at our event on December 9th. Corporate sponsors. Through our corporate sponsors, these webinars then are complimentary to you. And so let's just hear a little bit about them. The FedBiz Access Advantage empowers small businesses with the tools, resources, and expertise needed to succeed in the federal marketplace. With over 23 years of experience, the team has helped clients secure over $34.7 billion in awards. They guide businesses through the complexities of government contracting with innovative marketing solutions, personalized support, and a steadfast commitment to success. By fostering strong relationships and delivering exceptional results, they've become a trusted partner for businesses seeking to expand their federal contracting opportunities. Experience the FedBiz Access difference and unlock your potential today. You can call them directly at the phone number on your screen. If you're thinking about getting in on big tech contracts with Department of Defense, you need to prepare for CMMC. Compliance is a requirement, so it's important to start now. No matter where you are in the process, whether you're still in the planning mode or you've started and stopped, C3 can help. C3 provides a prescribed path to compliance that relieves 80% of your CMMC Level 2 assessment objectives, including 100% of all IT-related objectives, and supports you through the remaining 20%. Ensure your competitive advantage, lock in valuable DoD contracts, and get started with CMMC today. Contact C3 for more information by visiting their website. FedPub Seminars. For over 65 years, Federal Publication Seminars, or FPS, has been the premier provider of government contracts training, widely regarded as the industry's gold standard. Expert-led courses offer comprehensive education for all levels, from beginners to advanced professionals, covering essential up-to-date topics crucial to government contracting. Learn more about FPS and their training solutions at fedpubseminars.com. It looks like they have an event coming up in early December over at Tyson's Corner. Turner Consulting is a GovCon growth consultancy delivering the full spectrum of business development, capture, and proposal services from a team of experienced consultants led by Robert Turner. The firm's offerings include fixed price IDIQ proposals, curated market intelligence, delivering scalable pipeline support, FPDS Plus, which is a free government contracting procurement data analytics application, as well as RFQ Plus AI, an AI-driven subscription delivering qualified IDIQ task orders to your inbox with your own personal AI assistant that works for you on your document collection and keeps your data private. Our Turner Consulting helps you bid smarter and win more. GovPro AI is revolutionizing government contracting. They transform your past proposals into a powerful AI engine, delivering customized pink team drafts in just 48 hours. By cutting drafting time by 70% and reducing costs by half, GovPro AI allows you to focus on what truly matters, strategy, and win themes. Their human in the loop approach ensures compliance and quality while seamlessly integrating with your existing processes. Built by GovCon experts for GovCons, they truly understand your challenges. Want to boost your win rates and expand your federal business? Visit govpro.ai today to schedule a demo and see how they can supercharge your proposal process. The future of government contracting is here. Don't get left behind. WorkPlan. WorkPlan is a modern cloud-based ERP system hosted by Amazon Web Services that allows federal contractors to efficiently run and grow their business. It was built by federal contractors for contractors. WorkPlan allows contractors to remain FAR and DCAA compliant. Additionally, it allows remote access through desktop, cell phone, iPad, or laptop. Gain actionable insights from reports that cover multi-year contracts, multiple periods, the entire enterprise, or drill down for more detail. Report on direct and indirect project cost and project profitability in real time. Learn more and request a demo at workplan.com. Okay, Archiza Meehan is typically here to help us go through the data and make sense of what we're looking at. She'll, I think, pick back up next week with us. So you are stuck with me as we cover Uber Technologies and basic company information, which is more or less a couple screenshots from their website as it relates to federal contracting. You just have to drill down to the government section, which is under, I believe it was under overview. And government agencies are using Uber. Not a ton as we're going to see, but particularly not as much compared to the other companies that we've looked at over the last several weeks. So how the government agencies are using Uber is listed here. I'm not sure that we're going to see the president ever in an Uber, but they're using the word motorcade kind of freely here. So they are working again with federal departments and agencies. More details that you can drill down on how they work with various agencies, and some additional information there. This was on their website under the blog. So it looks like they've been awarded a GSA contract. When you go to the GSA Advantage site, we were not able to find their pricing listed there. So either their contract is has just not been updated to the GSA Advantage website, which is a requirement, or perhaps they're in the middle of some edits and need to sort that out. So that's just an FYI. As far as AI initiatives, you can see some of the sections here that they're focused on. And you can drill down, obviously, on any of those to learn a little bit more, which I would encourage you to do, especially if you are planning to have a conversation with them about working with Uber in some capacity as far as supporting their government initiatives. And this is just more of the screenshots on kind of what they're doing in AI, and the lists kind of go on, and they're all dated. So just keep that in mind as well. And I would, again, consider or strongly encourage you to read as much as you can about what they're doing in that space. As far as LinkedIn, they have the main company page here. And there was, I think, a Uber logistics page, but there wasn't anything for Uber public affairs or Uber government. I don't think it's that big a piece of their business at this point that would warrant a separate page. When we look at their stock price, because they are publicly traded on the NASDAQ, you can see the top 5 institutional holders. Most of these organizations we've seen in the past several weeks as well. So a lot of repeat stockholders. Today's stock market is going wild for good reason. And so you can see Uber is benefiting from that. Their stock is up around $73. And then when we look at where they've been over the years, you can see it dates back to before 2020. A little bit of a dip in 2020, probably because of COVID. It came back then in 2021, and I'm not sure that would happen at the end of 22 or 23, but they're kind of back up, and things are working out pretty well. Again, we're not encouraging a stock purchase or sell. It's just an overall picture of the company. When we look at their lobbying information, we get this data from Open Secrets, which is a public free website that anybody can access. So close to 2.5 million in what they've spent for 2023. 2024 has impartial numbers. 2020 was a big spend year, as well as number of lobbyists for them. So just be cognizant that they do use lobbyists, and they spend a couple $1 million on that. Nothing to sneeze about. I'm sure it relates more to their state and local, and having Uber available in different states. When we look now at probably what the majority of the folks are listening to this webinar for, the federal government data, their SAM UEI number is listed here. And so their total contracts, we're not going to see anything from Department of Defense. That's a little spoiler alert. But hovering around the 300 to, let's say, 350,000 mark. Fiscal year 2024 is incomplete just because of the delay in reporting, and 25, no numbers on the board as of yet. When we look at the civilian agency contracts, we do see a little bit from energy and DOT, meaning transportation. comes down to what it looks like there under DOT is the Maritime Administration. Not sure exactly what that contract is for. And then you'll see some here with state and VA. Interior is has some negative adjustments there in 2024, but the main work, it seems like they're doing a good chunk at state, probably for typical for what you would assume, and then VA. We'll talk about that in a moment because we've got some news and kind of headlines on that. When we look at independent agency contracts, you'll see some GSA numbers here on the board for 2022 and 2024, as well as the Court Services and Offender Supervision Agency, which to me sounds like it would be more under Department of Justice, but it does pop up as independent agency. Okay, here's what we did see that through GSA, the VA is purchasing through GSA is kind of how we're reading this. And this is as of September fiscal year 2024. So again, just keep all of this in mind. Defense Agency, there's nothing there. Other information here. So as you can see, the NAICS codes would be as you would suspect under travel and taxi service, which is probably where you're going to find Lyft or any other rideshare programs. And then for the bulk of the work is when we look at the product service codes, again, nothing that kind of says, wow, it's interesting, except for the very last one under contract procurement acquisition support. So not sure why. It's not huge dollars. Well, it's not huge dollars really anywhere, but the R707 is a little bit outside of what you would think for transportation. So I'd encourage you to dig in a little bit deeper to find out what that basically where those numbers really trickle down to. As far as the subcontracts that they've won, we've got, a little bit of a different story here. They are sub to Deloitte and then some foreign entities. That was probably just some overseas travels through State Department is my guess. But the total dollars under Deloitte is pretty much about what we've seen total on the civilian side under the NAICS and the PSC codes that you would expect. The VA is listed there as well. That's the obligated amount. And that was the, a big chunk again, all relative here, smaller than what we've seen in the past, but significant because it represents the total amount that we saw in on the civilian side. As far as federal sector news, more details there on the VA. And then just some headlines from one of the popular government contracting publications, Government Executive, which is a free publication. You can hop onto their website and dig in a little bit deeper, particularly if there is some work that you potentially want to do or find a way to partner with Uber. And that is all that we have for Uber, just because there's not a lot of data for them, and they're not a major player on the federal side as far as contracts. I would suspect that on the lobbying dollars that we looked at are really going more to policy on the state and local side and dealing with employment litigation issues and these sort of things. So we do hope that you will leave us a comment if you're watching this live on YouTube, and we do hope that you'll join us on Monday, December 9th over at the Kennedy Center. We're going to have about 300 to 400 participants there with us, government contractors. You'll find these federal government agencies, again, 11 of them total, that you can interact with and talk to them about your procurement opportunities. So thanks for attending today's webinar. We'll see you next week, and thanks again.